I balanced the camera again. What's up? Long time no talk. So, it's been probably February since I last uploaded a video. I think the last one was called The Shift. And I'm just coming back to these vlogs again because I unfortunately relapsed. So, it happens to all of us over even longer periods of time. So I relapsed after 22 days, 23 days, I believe. My last video was called The Shift, and it was talking about getting better at life in general, so general health, rather than trying to have a goal of money or a house or anything like that, just because of circumstances, or just because I believe that improving overall health was better. And I believe I relapsed that evening, or if not the next day. How I relapsed is just picking up the games again, and I went back at it at normal force. So 7 o'clock on to 10:30 to 11 o'clock, and just back into the normal swing of things before I quit gaming. It happens to all of us, and I just want to talk today a bit about relapsing, my journey thus far again, and maybe why it's different this time around, I hope, and where I'm at. So after I relapsed, I got back into my normal swing of things, so Rocket League, and then it was sprinkled with a very good addiction of Fortnite. And after a while, I quit smoking maybe 6 times before I knew I was done. And after every time you quit, you don't want to quit again. You get tired of quitting. You're like, I could do it for 22 days or 23 days. I cannot. Why can't I do it again? And I think the times get shorter and shorter, and it seems to get easier and easier. So I this time there's something else that's there. I had a conversation with my wife. We've had multiple conversations during our time together about the time that I spend playing video games and how it affects her in our relationship. So obviously, when I'm choosing a video game over somebody, it has going to have some impacts. And I knew of these impacts. I talked about these impacts, and every single time and the wife kind of brushed it off as, yeah, you have time with your friends, I have my own time, it's fine. And I knew that every day we didn't really date anymore. Things just kind of got bad over the years. And that's, I'm blaming 100% the addiction, but sure, let's call it 80% of it. So I had a heart-to-heart conversation with her, and I said, I'd forget how the conversation was, but the end of it is basically, she kind of admitted that it affects more than what she thought it was. Maybe indirectly, but it was due to video gaming. At that point, I think I was about 10 days into quitting again. So I'm now 26, I've surpassed the longest period of time. I think at that point, when we had our conversation, I was 10 days in, and I realized how serious it was. The conversation started out as, do you find me more present when I'm not gaming? Obviously, she found yes, and obviously there's other conversations that happen, but I have more fuel for the fire this time. So I'm quitting for me again, and I'm quitting because I need to not save my marriage. I don't think my marriage was ever in trouble, but I've trusted my gut my whole life. My gut and my instincts basically got me to where I am today. I'm not a long-term planner. I don't think a lot about the longevity of things. I don't have yearly, 5-year plans for this point anyways. And it got me to where I am today, which is pretty successful, I believe. So I've trusted my gut this whole way through, and the gut told me to check in with her and to make sure that it wasn't just as light as we had it in conversations, and it wasn't. So I'm quitting for me, I'm quitting for her, and this time's a bit different. So let's skip to a bit to what I'm doing this time around, and that's why it's a little bit more successful. I did not I am not filling my time with a hobby. And that's tough. When you escape video gamings or quit video gamings, you want to find a time sink to fill the gaps of everything that you have been running away from for all these years that you filled in with gaming. For me, I've been running away from a lot of emotions, a lot of things I just didn't want to deal with. I never realized I was until I quit and I didn't find a replacement. So I am truly dealing with my emotions as they come up. I knew it was going to be tough, and it's really tough. So I started gaming high school, likely, I can't even remember now, to escape high school. It's tough for everybody. And I've escaped a lot of emotions over these years because it's easier to go play a video game. And you escape that for many, many years. You have your true self deep down inside. I've lost that, but I've escaped it for so long that I have to deal with the anxiety of not gaming, and it's tough. I knew I had some level of anxiety before, but this is another level of it. I've had many fits. I don't know what to call them. So I had the other day, it was just a poor day, and it's usually weekends, because weekends are so tough, because you have to find time you have to find something to do with time. Luckily I have a kid, but we were outside playing, a wife and my son, and he was outside playing in our backyard. We have a house now, which is awesome, and we were outside playing in our backyard. The dog is running around doing crazy things, driving me insane, trying to get into my garden. Negative thoughts start to happen. You're angry, then you get into like, why am I angry? And then it's just this ball of mess. It's so hard to explain for someone who does not have it. Just as something that just sucks you in and just kind of drags you down with it. But it's not sadness. It's just, you're wrong, nothing you're doing is right. It's just a ball of just anxiety, and you just want to escape it, but you can't escape it. That's the whole, like, you're just stuck in this melting pattern. So I'm starting to get deep down in this melting pattern with the dog going crazy, just the silliest of freaking minute details. So the dog, I had enough, and I said, let's go inside. I tried to get him inside. He did not have a collar on, so it was hard to hurdle in, and I tried to like hurdle him in, and then he tried to nip at me, that just exploded me. Nothing physical, all inside. And I said, hey Amanda, I need to go inside. I'm sorry. It was Mother's Day too. Oh, Daryl. I said I had to go inside, and I went upstairs and I dealt with my emotions. Luckily I have an amazing wife, and she understands what I'm going through right now. She doesn't quite understand the anxiety things, but she understands most of it. And so I went upstairs and I dealt with my issues. And you have to find a way to escape that ball of anxiety. You have to have found a way to let something in. And that's the key. It's just something small, and then you kind of have to keep reinforcing that and get out of this mindset of you need to. It's not even I want to play a game anymore. I want to escape my feelings. So maybe I didn't realize that. So I want to. It's not I want to go play video games. I want to escape my feelings. Before I had an alternative, an out to go and get out of my feelings. Forget about the world existed. Just go play games and just play till you're 5 o'clock in the morning. Not anymore with a kid. I'm trying to wrap this up because it's getting close to 10 minutes. There's a lot more I want to talk about in the subject, but I'm dealing with my emotions now. I'm not filling it with a hobby right away. I'm letting myself regenerate back to where it needs to be, finding myself again. Eventually I'll get into a hobby where I want to partake in it. I don't want to jump into something and get frustrated with it again that I can't accomplish it and then just go back to gaming because it's easier. I need to develop me. If that's me being shit 4 days a week, it's not 4 days a week, or me just vegging out one night and watching TV, I'm going to do that. I need to get me back. I have lost him so far down the rabbit hole I can't even see him anymore. It's getting easier. It's getting better. Like I said, I'm almost 30 days now, and I'm going 100% to 90. We'll see where I'm at after that. I don't even think I want to anymore, but we'll see. I just want to post this again because this is a very good outlet for me. I think a lot of people relapse in this community fairly early on, so you can kind of see at this stage it's not easy, but you can do it. So I might return back to creating these every once in a while. Talked about my house and where I've been in the past 4 months in gaming, and just continue this outlet for me and just get back at it. So peace.